Today, I'm going to explain how divorce works under the Nigerian law and to clear up some common misconceptions. If you've watched enough Hollywood movies, I'm sure you'd have seen a scene or two whereby a spouse walks in and, drops some paper and say, sign these divorce papers. And that's it. They are divorced. Now, the insane thing about this is that some Hollywood movies also do the same thing whereby they give their spouse a paper to sign a divorce paper and that's it. They're divorced. Well, I'm here to tell you that that is not how divorce works in Nigeria if you are in a statutory marriage.
Well,
Let's get into the video. So first of all, when I talk about statutory marriage, I'm talking about the marriage that is done under the Act. That is what you guys call court marriage. I want to go at the court marriage. Court marriage is not the correct word to use. It's called statutory marriage. Now, here's the first thing you need to know about this. You cannot simply sign a paper and end the statutory marriage in Nigeria. A statutory marriage can only be dissolved by court in Nigeria. So it doesn't matter if the couples come together and say their marriage is over. Your marriage cannot be over unless a court of law in Nigeria gives a decree declaring that your marriage is over. Until then, you're still legally married. So in case somebody comes to tell you as a couple that all you need to do is to sign divorce papers and you're free, darling, that's not how it works. Now, the second point you need to know is that the court of law does not just grant a decree of divorce just because you want one. Under the Nigerian law, the court of law have to be satisfied that your marriage has broken down irretrievably. In other words, the court wants you to prove that your marriage has broken down to the point that it cannot be sustained, that there's nothing anybody can do about it. Now, there are certain facts that you can rely upon to show that your marriage has broken down irretrievably. And I think the most popular one that everybody knows and talk about is adultery. Hold on, wait a minute. Before you come and start saying, yes, I can take adultery to go and prove it in court that my husband cheated on me. It is important to also know that the law does not just look at adultery itself. It also looks at what we call connivance, condonation, and collusion. Sammy, what are you talking about now? Well, this means that in a situation whereby you find your spouse cheating on you, and you forgive them and continue that marriage, you cannot come back to the court of law to come and rely on that fact anymore. So basically, the procedure involves more than just telling the court, I don't love my husband anymore, or I forgave him, but I don't feel like forgiving him anymore. It doesn't work like that in the Nigerian court of law. The third point you need to take note of is that there is a restriction on how soon you can bring a petition for divorce to the court of law in Nigeria. Generally speaking, a petition for divorce in Nigeria cannot be brought within 2 years of your marriage, unless under special circumstances or with the permission of the courts. This means that on a normal day, don't bring your petition for divorce or if your marriage is not even up to 2 years, unless you can prove to the court that, excuse me, sir, my lordship, if I remain in this marriage, it is going to cause me exceptional hardship. Or you can prove that the case is a case that has to do with exceptional depravity on the part of the other spouse. Many people are usually surprised when they hear this because they feel like you can immediately apply or bring a petition for divorce immediately after getting married. The fourth thing you need to know is that divorce is a process. It is not just a single event. It involves petitions, serving court documents, attending proceedings, legal arguments, and a lot of adjournments, because it's not only your case that is in the court now. The court has other people's case to deal with, so most likely your case is going to keep getting adjourned and adjourned. My fifth point now, do you know that in a situation whereby your spouse cheats on you, you can claim damages from the person that your spouse cheated on you with? Then again, like I said previously, if you are going to rely on adultery, make sure that you've not condoned it, you've not colluded with your partner, and you've not, connived with your partner, unless you're not going to be able to claim damages from the third party that your spouse cheated on you with. Now, what's the key takeaway from this video? The key takeaway from this video is that divorce is not something you just do immediately. It's not something you do instantly. It's something that takes a lot of process. And it's not just about signing a paper and everybody goes their way. So I'd like to tell you that before you go into statutory marriage, it's very important that you do some research and you see the consequences that comes with registering a statutory marriage. If you found this video helpful, please do not forget to subscribe, like, share, and comment. God bless you, and I hope to see you guys in my next video. Ciao.